Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, and I'm going to share with you an outline that I use to work with models on a private shoot and have great success. Are we ready for this? Let's do it. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. And I had the privilege of working with a model, Amanda Kay, here in Michigan on a private shoot. And I asked her if it would be possible to interview her at the end. And the interview's about, I would say about 9 to 10 minutes long. Before we get into the interview, I'm going to outline how I actually work with a model that's been very successful for me. And I don't expect you to copy exactly what I do, but hopefully you pick up maybe a couple things that you could add to your repertoire when you're working with models. Okay, with that out of the way, let's jump into the outline here. And again, how I work with a model, I think number one, one of the most important things is communication. So what I do when it comes to communication is talk about my expectations with the shoot along with the model. And I provide actually a PDF document to them that they can review before the shoot. And even when they actually show up to the shoot, the very first thing we do is I'll open up that PDF file, review it with them to make sure that they understand how the day is going to go and if they have any issues or questions that they need to confront me with before we get into the actual shooting. So I'll show you an example of the PDF file because you'll hear us on the interview what her thoughts of getting that PDF file and what it meant to her. And I know people are going to ask, well, what does the darn thing look like? What do you put in it? So I'll show you a sample of that. The second thing that I'll talk about is being very professional. Number one, I don't care how well you know the model during your shoot, absolutely no touching. If there's something out of place, they have to take care of it, or you have an assistant. If it's a female, I have a female assistant all the time. That way, if there's something, the hair's out of place or clothing or something, they're going to handle that. It's definitely not going to be me. Also, I recommend that during the shoot, you review the images to keep them on track, keep them positive, keep them upbeat, to show them what a nice job they're doing. But it's very important not to do this. If I'm just doing a normal shoot, it could be a fashion shoot or whatever. Yeah, I get it. It's okay to bring your camera up like this and say, oh, look at this. I like this shot right here, and thumb through that. But what if I'm doing a boudoir shoot, or part of it's a boudoir shoot, or sometimes I'll do an implied look, and I'm not going to walk straight up there and do this. What I'm going to do is, as I walk up, I will turn around backwards. I don't know if this will show up on the camera, and I will hold the camera like this, go through the images like that, and just have her overlook my shoulder at the camera. And then when I'm done, I will walk straight back. And as I get back a little bit, then I'll turn around and then we can get back to work. So I respect their space. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. That is very, very important, especially if it's an implied shot or a boudoir shoot. Again, have breaks during the day. Again, it's based on how long your shoot's going to be. I like to shoot for around a half hour. Let's take a little stretch break if they have to go to the restroom, have water and snacks if they need to have that. And also, a lot of times it's going to be a clothing change and stuff. So I might be moving lights around, that kind of stuff. So we always fit in those breaks to make sure that we're leveling out the energy level, not only for the model, but also me as a photographer. And now point number 3, and that is when you're working with a model, give positive feedback. And so I'm just going to put this out. Watch your language. I have watched other photographers work, and it cringes me with the language that they use. I prefer to do things like, beautiful. Oh, you're doing great. This is stunning. This is awesome. It keeps it positive and very upbeat. Even if my images suck and I didn't have my camera set right or something, I'm not going to go, oh, shoot, I made a mistake. They'll get uneasy if they look at me like, does this guy really know what he's doing? So I'll just say, oh, this is great. Oh, you know what? I would love to move the lights and see what kind of reaction I'll get or what kind of lighting I'll get. Let's move it here, move it there. Beautiful, beautiful, stunning. I like it. It's good. That type of stuff. Keep it positive. Keep it very upbeat. Do not ever do stuff like this. Oh, baby, that is sexy. Or give me that sexy look. Or wow, you are hot. This is hot. That is just, it creeps out most models when they hear that. They might tolerate it, but they can't wait to get that shoot done. And you're probably not going to get the best out of them. They're just thinking, I want out of here so fast. Okay. There are some models that do like that. Most do not. But of the ones that do like that kind of language, I will just tell you, without getting into in-depth information, they're not the kind of models who I would like to work with. I'll just put it out there like that. So not against anybody if that's what you want to do, but that's just not me. And the very last thing, I always get a model, a magazine, and I'll share this with you. I use blurb.com here in the United States. Hopefully, if you're from another country, you have a service out there that does something very similar. This is an example. This is Amanda's. We actually talk about this on the interview. She can't wait to get this. And I had just delivered this about a week ago before I recorded this video. But it's a magazine style. It's a very I mean, I'm not going to say upbeat, but high quality, I should say. Sorry about that. High quality magazine. I mean, the pages are thick. They're not thin. It's beautiful. This cost, I think I had 20 images in here. Each image I put on a page. I mean, you could chop it up differently, but it's a great thing to give them because they're so used to getting 3-4 images, digital images from a shoot. And what do they do with it? They put it on social media, and that's it. They get something like this. This is special. They can have this on their coffee table. It's a review of our shoot. I believe as of 2023, here Blurb charges about $7 for this for 20 pages. It's more, obviously, if you have more pages. Plus shipping. I think shipping is like $3.95 or $4 plus tax. So this runs me about $12 if I buy one, but I always buy two. And by buying two, I share the shipping, cuts it down per unit. So this is about, say, $10. So not a major expense. So they love getting this. And again, models talk to models. And when a model has a very upbeat and exciting time with the photographer and is very positive, they talk you up like crazy. If it's a very negative environment and they couldn't wait to get that shoot over with and stuff, they will talk you down if they have a bad experience. So it's very important that when I shoot with a model on a private shoot, that they have a very, very nice upbeat result. And because I know they're going to talk to other models about it. So this thing I love. I did about 5 of these last year. This is the first one for 2023, and I'll end up doing a few other ones throughout the year. Okay, so with that out of the way, before I get into the PDF document and show you that, if you could do me a favor, if you like this so far, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already, and hit that notification bell so that way when I upload a video, you'll get notified that. And I try my best to have a brand new video about every week, and we talk about different topics that have to do with photography and as a photo artist. Okay, so with that out of the way, before we watch the interview, let me show you the PDF file that I work with the models. So just give me a minute here to get the PDF file up and running here. Okay, so this is the PDF file, and you can see, I'll just read this because it might be hard to read this on the screen, but just an outline, photo session between 12 and 3 p.m., Sunday, April 16th. So that was the shoot. She knew the studio we were going to be at, and it says, I'll be arriving early so we can start on time. I really emphasize that. I want to start on time. I'll take 15 minutes to review how the afternoon is going to go. So I actually pull up the PDF file and we actually will review this. Session 1, we'll start out with some headshots, and there's some inspirational images I throw in there. Number 2 over here, which is sort of a casual look. I actually have these slashed up jeans that I bring. It's always washed. They know that ahead of time, and they can wear whatever they feel like they want to wear on top. It could be a sheet, a grungy, a shirt, a grungy shirt, a bra. They can do implied if they want, but no nudity. And these are some images for inspiration. We were doing a quick boudoir shoot, so I had an idea that I wanted to do a composite from this image, which I did before with somebody else, and I have the background. So I was bringing a robe if she didn't have one. And because we were doing some implied, I always make sure that they wear a G-string. They are never fully nude in front of me. That's just the way I shoot. And with Photoshop, I can take the G-string out to make it look like they were nude, but in reality, they were not. And if they want to use tape on their breast, please do that. I have no problem with that because, again, it's going to be covered anyhow with the shoot because that's what implied is. And then the last thing at the very end, I just basically say, hey, go for it. Bring and wear any outfit that you want to bring. And I'm going to play around with lighting and stuff. Again, I just outline no nudity because that's really not my forte. That's not what I really do. And I just throw a couple inspirational things, but I want them to have a say on the last session. And so that's just a quick look at the PDF file. And of course, at the very end, I just put down, looking forward to the photo session with my name at the very bottom. So I think it's very clean, professional, gives them a quick overview of the day and their expectations along with my expectations. Okay, so with that out of the way, before we take a look at the interview, I need to put a disclaimer. Number one, blurb.com, I have no affiliation with them. It's just who I like to use for these magazines, and you'll see me reference this during the interview. You'll also see me talk about, I should say, the PDF file and reference that, I should say, during the interview. But also, there's something that you might take the wrong way on the interview, and I just kept it in. I didn't delete it out. And that is Amanda and her boyfriend live close to me. We're almost like neighbors. And there's a restaurant I like to go to in the town where I live, and so do they. And she said, hey, the next time you go, let me know. Maybe I can meet up with you. So that's what we ended up doing. She met me at the restaurant for a drink so we can go over the PDF file and talk about the shoot and stuff. And so the point is, I don't take models out to bars and have drinks with them to talk about their shoots or whatever. It's just Amanda I've known. She trusts me back and forth along with her boyfriend. So it was just something that we did, but it's nothing I'm telling you as a photographer you should actually be doing. Okay, so with that out of the way, again, if you guys are ready for the interview, again, it's about 9, maybe 10 minutes long. All right, so hopefully you enjoy this. See ya. Okay, Amanda and I just got done with our shoot. Where were we at? It's a quiz.
Oh, it is a quiz. Kensington.
No. Today.
Oh, today. Oh, we're in Pontiac at Copper Flare Studios.
Copper Flare Studios, that's right. Okay, so before we get into the shoot today, how did we meet?
I met you at a spontaneous MPW shoot for, it was a swim. It was a swimming one.
Yeah, Sports Illustrated.
Sports
type,
Illustrated.
Yeah. So I wasn't really there photographing. It was there like behind the scenes type shot. Anyhow, remember that shot?
No, I never saw these. Oh, this is awesome.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm not kidding.
I thought
No, you
I
never
sent you
did.
those.
No, you never did.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm excited. Now I get to see them. Oh, that's so fun.
I'm going to put these on the screen so you guys can see these shots. But yeah, I was doing behind the scenes. I just jumped in a couple times to take shots. I'm sorry. I thought I sent you those.
No, it's okay. Plot twist.
There we go. Okay, and then here's one of my
I love this one.
The whip, right?
Oh, I was so afraid I was going to whip you.
A Halloween shoot?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Well, I was
You're
back
like,
a
just
bit,
do it. I'm like, ah.
Yeah, and your expression was perfect on that. And then the other one of my favorite one was that
With
one.
the circus.
I had to light all this up. So again, you guys will see the shots on the screen. And that was it. I mean, I actually shot you one time.
Literally.
It was at MPW, and that was it. So we decided to do a shoot today. We had a bunch of ideas, and what I'll do is I'll show some of the images flashing up on the screen as we're talking. But let me ask you this. Why or when did you start modeling? Let's put it that way. When did you start?
I started probably about like 2 years ago. And I started because I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. Every year I make a little like mantra of how to make yourself uncomfortable, but get comfortable by being uncomfortable.
Okay.
And then from there I just kind of keep
I didn't know that.
like growing. I know another fun fact. because I don't like eyes on me. So
Okay. Let me ask you, when you've shot with other photographers, right? Okay, so what do you look for in a photographer that you're going to shoot with? So if somebody calls you up and says, hey, I saw you, blah, 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 and I want to shoot.
I always kind of say like the gut instinct, but also like, am I comfortable even talking to you on the phone or like literally face to face?
Okay.
Just because a lot of my style that I like is if I can't have a connection, I don't feel comfortable or safe with you, then I don't want to shoot with you.
Okay. What did we do?
We did a lot of things. Didn't we?
Well, okay, before we even shot, what do I always do this? I make it something I always do. When I meet a model and we're going to shoot, I do something in advance. What did I do in advance?
We went to Karabi's.
We're not talking about having a drink. We did, but that wasn't right.
My bad. You kind of tell me what your ideas of like what you want to shoot and what your thoughts are, but what are your solid like no's or like what you don't like.
Right. Okay. And did I send you something?
Yes, I love my little PDF. It tells me kind of like a layout of what the shoot's going to do, like per session and breaking down.
Yeah, one of the things I'd like to do is send them a PDF file with inspirational shots on it, so they have an idea how the day's going to go. All right. No surprises.
No surprises.
Know your boundaries, what you're comfortable with doing it. I mean, I've actually witnessed photographers pushing a model, doing stuff that they shouldn't have been doing, and that just turns me off, but it's none of my business to say anything. I just, walked away in that. But, I've heard the stories. If you have a bad experience with a photographer, what happens?
You kind of like lose your trust and you don't want to.
Yeah. Do you talk to anybody about that photographer?
Oh, yeah.
I never understood if a photographer does something so stupid to piss off a model and have them do something they're not comfortable with and they get upset about it, they're going to badmouth that photographer. They're going to talk to other models. Say, don't shoot with this guy. And I don't get why some photographers, I hate to pick on guys. It's not only guys. I mean, there are female photographers that have done the same thing, but I think most of the time it is male photographers and stuff. So.
Yeah, and a lot of them I usually end up just like talking to the other models they've shot with just to like see like, hey, would you ever shoot with them again? Do you like them? Do you feel comfortable? That was like one of the things I started doing like from like day one, just to make sure I wasn't kind of getting that like, I didn't have to do like the too fast of a curve of who's the, I guess, blacklisted photographers versus who is not.
And what do you think a photographer looks for in a model?
Someone who can kind of be fluid, I feel, but can be diverse.
Okay.
And
what do you think I look for in a model?
Eyes. Can you express?
Yeah, we're talking about what we try to avoid, but we're still doing it.
Oh,
the
Macarena.
Yeah, every time there's a little click, you're changing. And it's really tough to break that and just work on the emotion, the eyes and stuff like that, and facial features. But yeah, I think, for me as a photographer, what I look for in a model, though, is somebody that really, they're taking this serious. And I noticed something you did today.
I texted you another way.
Which was a big deal. Of course, she thought...
I thought I was late.
She thought she was late, because I got here early because Rochelle says, hey, come on down, I'm down here early. So I was at the studio early. She thought she was supposed to be here early. You're on time. That's a big deal because 12 to 3, that's when we're going to shoot. And I'm sorry, I'm running a little late. It'll be 12:30, 1:45. I tell you, it ticks off the photographer because they're usually renting a place out unless it's their own place, whatever. But being punctual is a big deal. Having, if somebody says I'm not that experienced, it's fine. They could coach that model a bit. But having different outfits and a variety of outfits is a big deal because most of the time a photographer doesn't carry a wardrobe. A studio does, but most of the time they don't. So I'm looking for the type of person that meets my vision. And some people know this, some don't. Most of the stuff I do is composites. A lot of times I'll go and I got what I wanted, I'm done. I don't need to be shooting a zillion stuff because I'm only going to create 3-4 images out of the shoot. Today I'm going to be doing 22 maybe. Oh. Not all composites.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow.
Because I promised you, we're doing a magazine and you're going to get a 22-page magazine after this. I like doing that because it's easy to look at stuff in print, especially when you put it on the coffee table, you can pick it up and thumb through it instead of going, hey, wait a minute, let me go get my computer or my tablet. And where did I put that? I can't find it, type of thing. So print is a big deal. Photographers should know that printing actually increases your creativity, but you'll catch a lot of mistakes you made when you print versus well, it looks fine to me on a monitor. Then when you go print it, you go, shoot, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. And all these little minor mistakes that will pop up when you print your images. So you tend to be a better photographer, raising the bar, if you print your images. I've been hearing that for years, and I know it's true because I started doing all these prints and stuff, and it does make a difference. All right, so I had a good time.
I did
Time went by
too.
fast, so good
It
to
did.
see you.
Good to see you.
Say hello to, well, there's that lady back there.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Rochelle, how you doing? But say hi to Tommy.
I
all right?
will.
It was great to meet him. By the way, she forced me over her house. to
He
shoot
took a really cool picture
The
of my dog.
photographer dog, she sends me this thing, and it's like, you know what? I learned something from that shot.
Yeah.
And well, one, the table was too big.
Oh, so
bring it
that's
in.
why you.
Because when you saw those paintings,
Yeah.
but trying to get the dog to hold cards, which we couldn't do,
No.
I learned a lesson. Had we put his paws up on the table and you moved the chair in, it would have forced his
Oh, to
paws
go
on the
up,
table.
yeah.
But it still was fun.
That was.
But I still like the one of you playing cards against each other with Tom and stuff.
And then
And
sneaking
you
the
cheating
ace.
with the ace and that. So, all right, people, cut. We had a good time. I'll show you the image. Oh, if we need to get a hold of you,
Oh, send
were
me.
at?
I am, what is it, k.amandae@gmail.com. KAY.AMANDAE@gmail.com.
and I'll have that at the end of the video. So if you want to freeze the video, take a snapshot. That's where you can get a hold of her. We're in Southeast Michigan, so if you're from the area, I'd like to get to shoot with her, give her a call. Or an email, I should say, right?
Yeah.
Good enough. Thank you, lady.
Thank you.
Bye. I hope it came out.
I hope so too.